Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing SACEUR, General Mike Scaparrotti.
Mr. Secretary General, Your Excellencies, Air Chief Marshal Peach, and Chiefs of Defense, General and Flag Officers, Senior Enlisted Leaders, Mr. Mayor Martin from Mons, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, men and women of NATO Alliance, family and friends, good morning. It's wonderful to see you all here today to mark this special occasion. This tradition, the change of command, is about the command, a reflection of its accomplishments and teamwork, a continuum of the command's legacy, and a confidence in the command's future. Many of you come from far to witness this, and Cindy and I are deeply touched and honored by your presence here today. As I look upon the field today, I must commend the Shape Color Guard, the Shape Band. You all look magnificent here, as you have throughout the 3 years that I've served with you. Your performance and the colors from each of the nations in the field represent and honor all of those who are serving or have served this great command since it was established in 1951. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause to recognize these fine service members who represent our strong and ready forces in the Alliance. Over the past 3 years, the evolution of challenges in our complex security environment have been remarkable, and Euro-Atlantic security continues to change at an unprecedented pace. And we should expect this period of change and transition to continue, fueled by the ambitions of our challengers whose intent it is to test the values and the bonds that hold us together, or as the Secretary General said, our way of life. In response, NATO must continue to change as it has done throughout history, to preserve the unity of the Alliance, to protect its people, its territory, and its values that bind us, to develop forces that are vigilant in peace, responsive in crisis, and that will prevail in conflict. I'm deeply appreciative of the substantive progress in NATO over the past 3 years, particularly in Allied command operations, to meet these requirements. During this time, we've established a culture of readiness, focusing on the relevance of forces available in capacity and capability. We are changing our NATO command structure to be fit for today's and tomorrow's many challenges. We're developing modern joint command and control concepts, and we're enabling SACEUR's area of responsibility and training our forces more effectively, at scale, and for high-end spectrum of conflict. All of this is the work of the talented and tireless leaders and the dedicated soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and civilians of the Alliance. It is to them this credit goes. And every day I've witnessed their great service and was inspired. And daily I was reminded of the covenant between the leader and the led, and my responsibility to be the best that I could possibly be. Our success in Allied command operations is all about teamwork and relationships. And there are many organizations to thank. I've tried to do this personally over the past few weeks, and so I'll only note a few here now. Secretary General Stoltenberg, your private office and NATO headquarters, you've been steadfast in your support. Mr. Secretary General, I truly appreciate your leadership, your courage, and your support these past 3 years, and your friendship. Thank you. Air Marshal Stuart Peach and General Peter Pavel, thank you for your excellent and steadfast support and your friendship. I cherish it. To the Chiefs of Defense, I'm overwhelmed by all of your presence here today, so many of you, but for each of you, my constant counterparts and the leaders and representatives of the Allied and partner nations, thank you for your remarkable leadership and support, and that of your nation's forces. Our unity is the strength of the Alliance. To the permanent representatives of the Allied nations and their staffs, I see many of you here today, thank you. I've learned a lot from you, and with your support, we've accomplished much. I want to particularly thank my fellow Supreme Allied Commanders for Transportation, General Denis Mercier and General Andre Lanata, for you and your team's close collaboration. We could only succeed, as we have, doing it together. Thank you. To the SHAPE staff, led by exceptional leaders, D. SACEURs, Bradshaw and Everhard, and Chiefs of Staff Frears and Knipe, great leaders, great friends, who harnessed this talented and diverse team and produced excellence every day. I also want to thank and express my gratitude to the Joint Force and Component Command teams and their senior enlisted leaders. The synergy that makes Allied Command operations so successful comes from your accomplishments and your enduring relationships throughout the command. Thank you. I want to thank our Belgian hosts in the special city of Mons. Since 1967, thousands of ACO service personnel and families have called Mons home. The wonderful experiences they've had here are forever woven into the tapestry of their lives, just as Mons has become a special place for Cindy and me. Finally, I must thank Cindy, the one who keeps me straight and has given me so much support, and so much support to our leaders, our troops, and their families. As all of you know, she's truly the better half of this deal, and you've enjoyed her. So, honey, you're the scheduler now. You've got the calendar. A safety warning, I can drive a car after this. So if you're on the streets of Mons, look out. But, hon, you're remarkable, and I love you. As Cindy and I depart Europe, we are sad to say farewell to so many friends, but we're delighted to know that our friends Todd and Charlene Walters will carry this command forward. Todd knows Europe and the Allied Command operations extremely well. This is his 4th assignment in Europe, and for nearly 3 years, Todd served as the commander of Allied Command, Air Command, and the United States Air Force's Europe and Africa. His command tour was extraordinarily successful, leading genuine transformational change to establish far-reaching operational benefits for NATO for years to come. He's a brilliant leader, an experienced warrior who brings the ideal combination of combat experience and strategic vision to the job. In summary, Todd is the perfect fit for this command. Also, Charlene, Todd's partner for nearly 36 years, brings a wealth of talent and experience and a real caring spirit to the SHAPE and to the community. To Todd and Charlene, congratulations. Drive on. When establishing NATO, General Eisenhower, the first SACEUR, said, "If we can unite these nations, there is nothing we cannot do." And I believe that's true today. It's been my great honor to be SACEUR, to play a part in uniting these nations, to serve shoulder to shoulder with the members of our ally and partner nations, to experience the friendships and warmth of the European people, and to spend myself with you in a noble cause. God bless you all. Thank you, and vigilance.